in New York. You know that. So Vince Sr. figured you need to put one of everybody there. Vince Jr. had a totally different idea. He figured put less minority, more Caucasians.
Right.
And it worked for him. Because you look at all the guys from the Nanny, other than Junkyard Dog, there were very few minorities.
Was Junkyard Dog mainly on cocaine, or was he on other stuff too when he was having his issues?
Once you get on cocaine, you won't take nothing else. Guys would start off smoking pot. Once they started smoking that crack, there was no more pot. See, it dominates you, cocaine, and it make you crave it, and it becomes the most important thing in your life. It make you crave it. So once you get on, you pick up that pipe one night, and before you put that pipe down, 3 or 4 years have went by in your life, and it becomes the most important thing in your life. That high. But the best high of using cocaine is the first day. But you keep trying to get that feeling again. You got that first high, but you never get that feeling again.
Right.
Because the more your body get immune to it, the more you need. So to get that first high, instead of taking one hit, now you got to take 2. Now you got to take 3. Now you got to take 4. Now you got to do the whole bag. You understand what I'm saying? And then it gets to the place where you're just doing it to survive. And you don't even like it no more. You hate it. But you still do it.
Yeah.
You hate the feeling. You tell yourself every night, I would never do this again. That's it for me. I would never do it again. You keep saying that. Soon as that night comes, you start thinking, man, I just gonna do a little bit. But that little bit turns to another 6 months. You know? Yeah.
Who was the one that gave it to you the first time?
Fuji.
Oh, really, Mr. Fuji?
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect him.
No.
He did it too?
Well, Fuji was a dealer.
Okay.
That's how he made his money. He told me, he said, I never had to cash a check since I've been doing that. He would bring the dope, sell it to the boys, and he'd use that money to live on. Right. That was the money he traveled with. And his check just went right into the bank. Didn't have to cash a check. He said, I never had to cash a check since I've been doing this.
Interesting. I guess that was when it was in the Northeast, so you'd be on the road most and not flying a lot.
Yeah, remember he put drugs in your cookie.
Oh yeah, he gave you an LSD.
Fuji get you hooked to a cookie. You eat a cookie, you get high as a motherfucker. Fuji got any more of them cookies? Yeah, brother, this cost me money, brother. You want to buy some? He give it to you free first.
Yeah.
Hey, try this, brother. Make you feel better. Try this, brother.
Yeah.
Try this, brother. Oh, very good. Very good. It's good, brother. You want more? You want more? I can get you some, brother. Where you at this week? I bring you one. You have to pay, though. Now he got a customer.
Right.
Fuji did it to make money. If you become his customer.
Were you hooked right away when you were doing it, or did it take a while?
My thing, I really did more, believe it or not, cocaine after the business.
Oh, really? How did you afford it when you weren't making that money?
I didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, fans would give it to you.
No. What happened was this. With me, the reason that it messed up my career, I'll be sitting in the room doing cocaine with the guys. I had a 4% body fat.
Right.
I got so dehydrated, I couldn't make the show the next day. They would get up and walk.
Yeah.
I'm in freaking Carnito. So the Vincent, where's Tony? Oh, he's all fucked up, Vince. He's all fucked up. Vincent thinking I'm fucked up from that I'm still in the room doing.
Yeah.
I'm in the room ordering room service, drinking water and orange juice and apple juice and shoving food down my stomach and throwing up. I go to walk, my freaking quadricep will lock up on me.
Right.
Every move I made, I get a cramp. I cramped up like you would not believe, but it hurt like a mother. So it took me a day to recover. Then I said, I'm not going to do it again. But I was so gullible. I wanted to be one of the boys. I wanted to fit in. So what guys do, I said, oh, I just do a little bit. And then I start all over again. I did the most when I became homeless.
Okay.
Because people can say that Tony was on for doing a lot of cocaine. Look at that body. How in the hell can a person keep that body up doing cocaine?
You can't. You
You
couldn't.
can't.
Because you
But
lose the
people, like
motivation to
yeah,
work
a lot
out.
of wrestlers, they talk. Like Brian took and told me that he saw me with a needle hanging out of my butt. I took one shot in my whole life.
In the dressing room?
That's what I hear him doing the interview, Brian Blair.
Yeah.
Brian Blair.
Yeah, he said you were walking around with it.
No, what I did, I showed him what it. He asked me. He said, "Why you take the pills? You should do the needle."
Yeah.
That's what Brian said. I pulled my pants down and I showed him a spot where Rocky Johnson shot me up, but he didn't shoot it deep enough.
Right.
It ate a hole in my butt. That's what I showed Brian.
Okay.
And I said, that's why I don't do needles.
Yeah.
Because I can't do myself and I can't trust nobody else to do it. I said, I just do the pills.
Right.
See? But that story don't sound exciting.
Correct, yeah.
Me walking around with a needle hanging up my butt, that sounds.
But you wouldn't have done that in WWE because you would have been. They wouldn't have put up with it to that extent.
No fuck with. I showed him. I could show you. It ate a hole in my freaking butt because he didn't shoot it. You got to shoot it deep.
Yeah.
And he used a small needle. He just shot it right underneath the skin.
Yeah.
And it ate my skin away.
Right.
Yeah. And I said, no, I would never do a needle. I would never let nobody. I would never let nobody shoot me up again. See, the problem with a lot of wrestlers, they take a story and then they would add to it to make it more exciting.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because people don't learn nothing from their exaggeration. See, by me telling somebody what I just told you about what if you don't shoot it deep enough, what it would do to your body. A person learns from that.
Yeah.
It don't sound exciting, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's not, it don't have the glamour to it that you would expect it to have, but it's the truth. Because I always did the pills. I even now don't like needles. I hate needles. Even now. I had to get my COVID shot, and a lady laughed her butt off because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, you done. I said, you done? You done? I've always had a fear of needles. So the only way for I to get a shot, I had to give somebody to give it to me. And Rocky gave me my first and only shot. I only took one shot my whole life. You can ask Dusty Rhodes all the guys know. I used to do what they call balls.
Yeah.
D-ball, they call it. That was my thing. Because there was pills, you can carry them with you. Or you don't need to have not just pop one in your mouth. You just got to drink a lot of water because they're very toxic.
Right.
So my goal when I was on the juice, I made sure I drink at least a gallon of water a day to keep my to keep it in there. And I'm telling you something else that people don't know too. I never in my entire life, never did steroids more than 2 months of a year. Never. Here's the reason why. And you ask the doctor, you think I'm wrong. Let's say the month of September, I take steroids, right?
Yeah.
The month of September. October, I stop. Okay? But it stays in my system for 30 days.
Right.
You understand? So you take it for 1 month, but in reality, you on for 2 months. Now, to keep your natural hormone from dying, you have to lay off twice the amount of time that you was on. So if you have steroids in your body for 2 months, you have to lay off for 4 months. So safely, you go on it safely now, without running into any complication. You go on and do steroids once every 6 months.
That's what Jesse Ventura said he did. Only one cycle a year.
He would, because he knew.
Yeah.
Because what happens is if you do more, see, the body only produce what it needs. Steroid is nothing but testosterone. Well, your body produces testosterone. So when you take artificial testosterone, your body is not producing it. So what I do when I pop that first pill, I just shut my system down.
Right. Because now
and it's going to be down for 2 months. That's why your testicles shrink. They're not working.
Right.
They're not working. So you have to give your natural hormone time to kick back in before you do it again. That's why, and I'm not knocking him, he's a good friend of mine. How can Alvin Tusky go from 260 pounds to 130 pounds in a couple of months?
Right.
How can Jimmy Snuka get sick and go from 270 down to what? 200?
Yeah.
Not even that. Why did muscle disappear? You work out for how many years and don't have any muscles? Why? Because their body is not producing anymore. How can Tony Atlas still have 20-inch arms?
Yeah.
Why I still got 20-inch arms?
Because you keep working out every day.
No. Pusky do too.
I don't know.
Because
muscle memory.
I gave my natural hormones time to come back.
Okay.
So now I'm running on my natural hormone. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I had stayed on, you'd be talking to probably a 170-pound man right now. You understand?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have that.
Hey, someone's asking what your favorite tricep exercise is. We just shot a tricep video. Do you have a particular favorite?
Tricep extension. The first one I showed. Because it worked the larger muscle, the biggest muscle. It worked the large muscle of the tricep.
Someone else is wondering about the Iron Sheik. Any party stories with him?
You know what?
Any stories about partying with the Iron Sheik? Or did you hang out with him?
I never partied with him because you didn't have to party with the Sheik to have a story. Okay? You do not have to party with the Iron Sheik to have a story. Now, I'm at Morocco probably remember this. Don Morocco. He may not. But Don was always took care of the boys. He was a good guy. So the lady, Don Morocco, talked to one of the stewards. He said, look, them seats up front is empty in the first class. Only one person in first class. He said, can us guys move up? And the lady knew who we were. So she said, oh, yeah. So she put us all up in first class. Well, the Sheik went up first class. He pulled out his crack pipe. We're on the plane now, 30,000 feet in the air. He started smoking crack on the plane. The lady said, I'm sorry, sir, but you can't do that here. The Sheik said, what you talk about? The Sheik, the can't do it. In my country, this is okay in my country. You bring Sheik drink. You go, you jabroni. Give the Sheik drink jabroni. And we're smoking on the airplane.
Right.
Got in no trouble.
Is this the 80s? Or the early 90s?
Morocco was there.
Oh, so like 85, 86,
yeah, Morocco was working.
87.
He was working in the ring there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 80s, yeah. He was smoking on the airplane. Another time at the airport, like, you know how they have the gates?
Yeah.
So he would look for a gate where nobody sat. He would go over and sit there, pull out his pipe and start smoking at the airport. I said, Sheik. She said, come on, you take hit. Come on, brother. You have some. I said, Sheik, people see you. Look, brother, there's nobody around. They over there. Sheik, you think they can't see you because they skate over? Oh, don't worry about it, brother. They over there. They can't see us here.
Yeah.
And he got away with it.
He got a pass on everything.
Yes. I've never seen.
Didn't he beat up a woman or something in a bar once? And everyone's just like, oh, it's funny. It's Iron Sheik.
Because she wouldn't give him no money. She wouldn't give him no pussy. He said, I stressed the bitch.
Yeah.
I would say, I had to stress the bitch. She don't take care of the sheep. The sheep want a little action. She don't give the sheep the action. So I slap her ass around and got away with it. And he always say, in my country, in my country. So they excuse it, but they figure they didn't know anything about it. But I had never in my life seen people do things that the sheep could get away. A pit bull, he was the type of guy you just knew he would rip your head off. You just knew it.
Right.
The way he carried himself, the way he acted, just everything about him would tell you this is not somebody you want to be messing with. It just had that persona about him,
You were friends with Ultimate Warrior in World Class, weren't you?
Yes.
What was he like in those days? Was he humble?
Great guy.
Yeah.
I hear people bad mouth him, but he wasn't ever. See, the thing about Warrior, he reminded me a lot of me in this respect. He was pushed to the top quickly.
Yeah.
And when that happened in the wrestling business, you automatically create enemies. You take Hulk Hogan was loved by everybody when he was coming up the rank. As soon as he got the belt, nobody liked him. He didn't have to do anything to be disliked. I hear guys say, "Oh, this guy just got in the business already. They're making him champion." It's too. Well, that's what the name of my book is. Too much, too soon. Because that's what Wahoo McDaniel said about me.
Right.
Said, George, you're pushing him too fast, too much, too soon. See, a lot of guys, you have to be in the business at least 6 years before the promotion even look at you or even think about doing anything with you. If you wasn't a 6 year, I remember one time I was in a dressing room in Augusta, Georgia. It was me and Thunderbolt Palliser and going to wrestle Gene and Odie Anderson. And they was sitting there, Thunderbolt and Gene and Odie was going over the finish. So I'm sitting there listening to her, and I said, hey, I got an idea. The dressing room got quiet. Everybody got quiet. They pick up my chair with me sitting in it and place me in the corner with me facing the corner. And they said, kid, you ain't been around long enough to give advice. But I've been wrestling for 3 years. You follow me?
Yeah.
To them, if you ain't been in the business for at least 6 years, you can't even give any suggestion.
Right. You're not experienced enough.
You're not experienced enough. You don't know enough about this business to start telling people what to do. And they took that as being disrespectful. Like these young kids now in the independent circle would come up to a guy like Greg Valentine and say, Greg, we're going to do this. In the old days, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
What they should do with a guy like Greg Valentine or Tito Santana say, hey, Tito, I'm wrestling tonight. What do you want to do? That's how you're supposed to do it. What do you want to do? He's the veteran. But guys now were going to tell a veteran what they want. Like last night, they were telling me what they want. They didn't ask me anything. They didn't ask me one thing. They don't respect seniority no more. They don't respect experience anymore. They get their idea, they want to do their idea. They don't know if it's going to work or not. It ain't about that anymore. But that's how the old school was. You have to show respect for your seniors.
Or they'd stretch you, right?
Or they would stretch your ass. Yeah, they would.
What's the worst stretching case you ever saw?
Well, the worst one I ever got was with Gotch.
Oh, you got stretched yourself?
Yeah. George Scott, he came through Charlotte to work back in '75, and they had him to take me around. And he was a vicious Southern guy. And the more you holler and scream, the worse he would give it to you. And Stu Hart too. When I was in Calgary, Stu Hart stretched me real bad.
What year were you in Calgary?
'75.
Okay.
Yeah. See, George Scott would send me different places to learn. Right. He said, you're never going to learn by working with the same workers. He said, so he wanted me to work with different people all the time. He said, that's how you learn to work. You have to be adjustable. Otherwise, you be repetitious. Because Harley Race, everybody say Harley Race was the best of all time. Harley Race could have a great match with Andre the Giant. and turn around and wrestle a midget and have a good match.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. Now, Ric Flair, you had to wrestle Ric Flair match. Ric Flair would call repetitious. You understand? So you have to do Ric Flair match when you work with Ric Flair. When you wrestle Hogan, you have to do Hogan match, the way Hogan worked. When you work with Tony Atlas, you have to work the way Tony Atlas worked, or Alvin Tustin. But with Harley Race, what made him so good, he did your match.
Yeah.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was like that too. That what made Ricky so good. Ricky could work with anybody and have a great match. Harley Race could work with anybody. In fact, Harley Race never had a bad match. Ricky Steamboat never had a bad match. They knew how to work your match to make the match work. And guys do the same thing all the time. We used to call them in old days repetitious. So George Scott did not want me to be repetitious. So he sent me to different territories to work with different guys. Because they had one wrestling style in Texas. In New York was a different style. Then you go to Mexico, it was totally different. In Mexico, I think they worked with the right arm instead of the left.
How was Wahoo McDaniel's style? Hard hitting.
Not a work.
Yeah. He would be one of the guys that would drink before matches sometimes too, right?
He wasn't working.
Yeah. Okay. So you'd be in a fight there.
Yeah, you had to be able to take a lot of pain. To work with Wahoo, Johnny Valentine, Street Hansen, Gene Anderson, the best answer for that is painful. Larry the Axe-Hennig, painful.
What about Billy Robinson?
Oh, Billy, he stretched me from here to New York. No, he never made no money.
No one wanted to work with them other than Vern, I guess.
No, you weren't there like that.
Yeah.
You weren't there like that. He put you in hopes. He prepared the whole back, put you in hopes. Sell a little bit, double hard to go off his feet, don't take any bump. It hurt you. Every hope hurt. Everything hurt.
Wow.
You go, how that feel? How that feel? That's how God's work. They hurt you out there. I mean, you glad when the match is over. You can't do spots with them. They won't do it. They didn't do spots. They wrestled. And they put you in the hole and hold you down for 30 minutes. Lars Anderson got like that towards the end. Not Gene or Odie. His name was Lars Anderson. He got like that towards the end of his career. I had to knock him out and make him. He wouldn't let me go.
Lars Anderson?
I knocked him out in the ring. I had to. He hooked me, and dude had a 15-minute match. And the referee come and said, "Take it home, kid." And he was trying to hold me down because he didn't want to do the job.
Yeah.
So he figured the time would run out on us. So the referee said, "All right, kid, make a comeback. Make a comeback." And I tried to make a comeback. He take me back now. I tried to make a comeback because the fact I just broke a loop, but I just shrunk.
Right.
I hit him. He rolled out of the ring. The referee went down and he was shaking his head like this. And I was ready for him some more. I said, "You come back up here, I'm gonna knock your ass out again." And so he left and went back to the dressing room. Then he come up to me and talk about, "You don't know who I am. I cut your balls out. I do this, I do that." I said, "Man, you didn't want to work with me. What I supposed to do?" The referee tell me to make a comeback. You won't let me. I said, "I let you put on them fucking hopes on me. And then when time for me to do something, you don't want me to do what I want to do, but I let you do what you want to do."
Yeah.
And Otis started laughing. He thought it was funny.
How often are you wrestling now on average? I know you wanted to wrestle last night, but they just
Whenever somebody asks me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I normally do about 2 to 3 matches a month on normal. 2 to 3 matches a month. But I still like going into the ring, you know. It's because I like to show the kids what little bit that I know about working. See, I tell all the young kids this. I say, a move is only as good as your opponent sells it. If I punch you in the jaw and you just stand there and look at me, that punch don't mean nothing.
Right.
This is how I learned this, how to make people believe. The object, people know it's a work, but your object to make it look as realistic as possible. Not just go through the motion, but try to make it early, say, get the most mileage out of it. So I had George two-turn hands. You saw this 1,000 times. And people cheer when you do it. Where the guy stand up on the rope and hit the guy in the head 10 times and the people count.
Yeah.
George Scott told me, say, if I ever see you do that again, not only will I fire you, I will fix it so that no promotion in the country will book you.
Because you're huge.
He said, you just smarten up. No, it's not because of my size. He said, because you just smarten up everybody in the audience. He said, just smarten them up. I said, how did I do that, sir? He said, how much can you bench press? I said, 500. He said, how big is your arms? I said, oh, about 21, 22. He said, now, who in the world you think gonna believe that a man with 20-some inch arms, bench press 500, can hit another man in the head in time and not knock him out, kill him, or leave a scratch?
Yeah.
He said, if his wife done that to him, she probably would knock him out. Either he the toughest SOB walking the face of the earth, or you the biggest wimp walking the face of the earth. I said, but the people were cheering. He said, yeah, they cheer at the beginning. He said, but then when they get in the car to drive home, they dissect what happened. They say that if Tony Atlas get here for real, he would kill him.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It was not realistic. That's why the selling was the most, what was the bar that made people believe. Because they know if they got hit like that, they're going to go down.
Yeah.
If Jimmy Snooker, nobody believed his splash. So what Vince do to make people believe his splash, what Vince did was have him to go out on a stretcher.
Ah, yeah.
That was more believable to the people. Because who's going to believe that a 270 pound would fall on you and you get up?
Yeah.
Who's going to believe that? It was not believable. So when he come off the top rope and splash you, remember, they brought the stretcher out.
Yeah.
Now people believed it. One of the things anybody work with can tell you, the one thing I hate for any wrestler to do is to help me on the press slam. I want people to see me do it. If you push it off my shoulder, people see that.
Yeah.
They know I'm not doing it. But if your arms out like this, they know I'm doing it. And that my press slam meant more than everybody else because everybody was getting help on their press slam but me. People saw me do it.
Right.
You see? That's what made it. In order to get people to believe that I could lift weights, well, people thought the weight was fake. So what Ole Anderson did, Ole Anderson would take the weights and put them at the door. And you have a rope around it with a security guard.
Yeah.
And all the guys would come in and try to deadlift the 500 pounds. Well, I had another set of weights in the back that I warmed up with. But them weights never left the people's eyes.
Right.
Then they take them weights and put them in the ring. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I go out and lift them weights. People believe it because they tried it themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real. I tried to lift it. I did that. Because they saw the weight. I let them touch it, let them feel it.
Yeah.
And I had my weights back. And the reason they done that, they told me a story. I was there with superstar Billy Graham and Kim Patera was having a contest with some of the weights were wood plate. There was fake plate. Where the guy, they forgot to turn the camera off. The prop man, the guy that brought the stuff in, he picked up the weights and walked on camera.
Yeah, I heard that story.
Yeah, and that's why I only did it that away from that day on.
Did you like Ken Patera, by the way?
I love Kim Patera.
Yeah.
Love Kim Patera. I'll say the only person that I met in this business that I didn't like
Was me.
No, New Jack.
Okay.
He's the only person I met in this business that I didn't like. One person in 50 years that I didn't like. Because I didn't like the way he talked about people that he didn't know.
Right.
He never met me. He did. He doing interviews about me, calling me names, talking about what I should have done in Puerto Rico and all this. That. The man never met me a day in his freaking life. I saw the New Jack twice my whole life.
Yeah.
I saw him at a convention in North Carolina with Charlotte, Big Charlotte.
Yeah.
And the second time I saw him was right before he died. At that WrestleCon that they have during WrestleMania.
Yeah.
When it was in, I think, Orlando or somewhere. So I saw this man twice my whole life.
Right.
But he doing promos about me.
Yeah.
And bad-mouthing the fuck out of me. And never met me.
Right.
That's why I never liked him. Other guys talk about people like Brad Blair. He talk about people. He exaggerates a lot about what people do. But at least Brad met me. I knew Brad. I traveled with him. So, I excuse what Brad do, even though he blow things out of proportion a lot. But here's a guy that talk about people he never met.
Speaking of that Paul Orndorff thing that Brian was there for, how did you guys make up after that? Because you still wrestled. You just forgot about it, even though he did that to you.
This is what happened. I don't know what happened with him and Blair, but it came to the match with somebody. But Paul, very temperamental guy, they didn't want to take Paul back. And Blair didn't want to leave Paul by himself, so he stuck with Paul. So me and Tommy Wildfire Rich, we were riding together. So Tommy said, you can ride with us. So we was giving Paul and them a ride back from Columbus, Ohio from Dayton. We rested in Dayton, and then we'll come from Dayton back to Columbus, because we flew in and out of Columbus, Ohio. So Paul said, what did that fucking smell? That's what he said. And then my ribs. He said, that shit stink. I'm going to throw it out. And now we giving this guy a ride. I said, Paul, now I was just joking. Just kind of, I wasn't even serious. I said, Paul, if you throw my ribs out, I'll throw you out. I said, ribs to a black man is like chicken to a black man. I was joking.
Yeah.
Paul said, well, you think you could do that? I said, Paul, come on. Of course I can if I really want to, but I don't want to. You really do? He started hitting the back of my seat like this, telling Tommy, turn over, pull the fuck
you were in
over.
the front, right?
I'm in the front. Tommy is driving. I'm in the passenger seat. Paul is sitting behind me. Brian Blair is sitting behind Tommy. So he started hitting the seat. Come on, pull the fuck over. So Tommy said, come on, guy, come on. Tony just playing. He's telling the guy, I'm just playing. Or he's pissed. So Tommy pulled. Paul jumps out. I go to get out the car. I got 1 foot out and 1 foot in. Paul sucker punched me. So I'm right in the position. I ain't even stood up yet. I leg diving. And anybody know anything about amateur wrestling? I crater him. Now, crater, I grab this leg, put this arm behind your neck, then I put 2 hands together. So I bring this knee up, and then I take my leg and wrap it around this leg. It's called a crater in amateur wrestling. Paul and Thomas said, okay, guys, that's enough. Come on, break it up, guys. Come on, break it up. They broke us up. I'm sitting in the car. Thomas said, Tony, you bleed. So I pulled down what call this thing with the mirror on.
Yeah, I can't even
visor,
remember.
whatever it is.
Yeah, the sun visor. Yeah.
So I pulled it down. I looked. This little piece here of my ear was hanging.
Right.
A little piece right here.
And you still have your ear, right?
The scar.
Okay.
Just that little piece right here
Yeah.
was hanging.
Okay.
Thomas said, Tony, you want to get that taken care of. You don't want to go around the rest of your life with that.
So Paul's spitting your ear out at Brian Blair told us.
He bit this part of my ear.
Okay.
Because my ear was right by his mouth. You know anything about a crater, it's right there.
Yeah,
he couldn't move.
Right.
If I put you in the crater, you can't move.
Right.
That was my finishing move in amateur wrestling. I beat a lot of guys with that crater.
Yeah.
You know what it is. You wrestle, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what a crater is.
Yeah.
So anyway, I put him in the crater. He get a leg down. I sing a leg down because I'm right there. Because
Yeah.
he's sucker punched. I'm still sitting just like I'm sitting now.
Yeah.
You know, how you go to get out the car,
Yeah.
and sure did, he sucker punched me.
Right.
So when he sucker punched me, I got it. You know, because I think he was on dope or something. And so Paul said, "Oh man, I'm sorry." They apologized. We hugged, pat each other on the back, and everything. That same night.
Okay, so it was squashed by the time you got.
I didn't know he bit me until we got back in the car.
Okay.
And Tommy Rich noticed the blood dripping down my face.
Right.
I didn't even know. So he said, "You want to get that taken care of?" So Tommy drove me to the hospital. They stitched up my ear. I remember the guy asked me, said, "Well, what did the other guy look like?"
Yeah.
He said, "Because you're looking at me." He said, "What the other guy?" I said, "The other guy don't have any bruises." He said, "How come?" I said, "I didn't want to do nothing to him." And so he said, "Well, I hate to tell you that I'm getting ready to leave." I said, "Okay, I can't go." He said, "No." He said, "We gave you a tetanus shot."
Tetanus shot, yeah.
Tetanus shot. I said, "What do you give me that for?" He said, "The human bite is the worst bite that you could get. Because there's more bacteria in a human bite." He said, "That's why we had to give you a tetanus shot. But we must keep you overnight to see if it have any effect on you. Because you might give one person penicillin.
Yeah.
It's okay to give another person penicillin, they will have a seizure."
Right.
So they want to make sure that I was not allergic to the shot. That's why I had to stay overnight. The next morning they came pick me up, and that was it. And there was never a fight. If you don't believe me, ask Tommy. Tommy was there. Tommy
I did ask him about it.
Tommy is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Tommy tell you it was no fight.
Yeah.
I leg dived him. He sucker punched me. I leg dived him. Then we hugged right there. Before we got back in the car, we made up. Paul said, "Oh man, I just have a lot of shit on him, man." He said, "I'm sorry, brother." I said, "Me too, brother." I said, I was just joking with you, Paul. I wasn't trying to upset you. We was buddies. I had no animosity with Paul. Paul had no animosity with me. He was just in that certain type of mood. Like a lot of people don't want to admit it. When he fought Vader, the only reason Vader didn't fight back, he didn't want to lose his job. Paul was a booker.
Yeah, he was an agent. Yeah.
He was the agent. Come on now. What this guy gonna do? Beat up the agent? Coco beat him down there. How did that turn off for Coco?
And that would never happen in this day and age, an agent beating up a wrestler and keeping his job.
No.
The agent would be fired.
Yeah, but not the agent would. The wrestler would have.
Oh, yeah, if the wrestler had fought
But look at
back,
what happened with Coco.
Yeah.
It didn't start with Coco. It started with the Heart. What was the one that died?
Owen. Oh, yeah, because they were tag team then.
Well, no, but no, the guy started on Owen.
Okay.
That's where it started on.
This was in Europe, right?
Had nothing to do with Coco. Coco just stepped in and talked about, "Yeah, guy, break it up." And the guy talking about, "I'll whoop your ass too."
Right.
Yeah, Coco had been okay. We just stayed all of it. But Coco tried to break it up. But they was getting ready to fight. So Coco stepped in, and then the guy started giving Coco stuff. And of course, Coco decked him. See? Then they fired Coco.
Do you believe that story that Brian Blair tells about Terry Garvin and Andre the Giant and Coco Beware? Apparently Terry Garvin.
I don't know this story.
Oh, he claimed that Terry Garvin tried to rape Coco Beware when they were driving to an event.
No, I don't believe that.
Because Coco he beat up Paul Roma too, didn't he?
Yeah, Coco was a hell of a fighter.
Yeah.
I heard about it. I can't talk about it because I didn't see it. I'm the type of person, if I wasn't there,
you're not going to say it.
I've tried to stay away from hearsay because I wasn't there. See, the two things I just told you about with Paul, with Coco, I was there. I was in the territory. I was a jobber, but when they were tag team partners, I was there. So I was in the bar when it happened. So that's how come I'm able to talk about it. But if I wasn't there, it's hard for me to say it happened or it didn't happen. And I try to keep myself that way and not go with rumors because it hurt Brody.
Yeah.
It didn't help Brody by people telling different stories. Because it's hard for policemen or anybody to do something when they don't know the full story. You got 10 stories with one incident. 10 different stories.
Did you ever see any stories with Buzz Sawyer?
Oh, I got a good Buzz Sawyer story. Tommy Rich was driving one night. And we was in Ohio then. He turned the car over. broke my neck. I go to the hospital. Ole Anderson sent somebody to get me out the hospital. I got a halo on my neck. This big thing that comes all the way up here has screws in it. Called a halo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Ole had me to get in the ring. When I take the halo off, my neck did this.
Oh God.
I couldn't hold it up.
That was a legit injury.
It was a car accident.
Okay.
Tommy flipped the car. The car flipped 3 times.
Wow.
3 times the car flipped. The Sheik saved my life. Darren Sheik. I've been dead once for the Sheik. What happened was, we went over. The car flipped 3 times. Ole Anderson and the Sheik was behind us. The heel. You know, they were behind us. They saw the car. They saw Tommy Rich them stand on the side of the road, and the car was over. So Ole them stopped. The Sheik said, "We're the Tony of an Atlas. The Tony of an Atlas." And Tommy said he's trapped in the car. We can't get the door open. The Sheik run down the hill. Ole Anderson told the Sheik this. Because the Sheik told me later. Because this came straight from the Sheik mouth. If you go to help him, you're going to get fired.
Oh, because he was a heel.
He was a heel. That's how his business was. The Sheik went and grabbed that door. They were waiting for it to call the jaws of death. They were going to cut me out.
Right.
See, I was sitting like this because I was asleep in the back when he turned over. So the hood of the car did this. So I was like this.
Yeah.
I couldn't move. I was red, like this. I was unconscious. I don't remember. And so they couldn't get the door to get me out. Good thing they couldn't, because they would have caused more damage. You shouldn't move nobody. They didn't know that.
Yeah.
So the Sheik ripped the door open. Just as he ripped the door off, that's when I saw the ambulance and I saw the lights and everything. And they took me to the hospital. Then I woke up 3 days later. And then once I became conscious, the lady said, "Oh, are you okay?" She said, "You got a lot of people worrying about you." She said, "The phone had not stopped ringing." Come to find out it was Ole. I thought Ole was concerned about my health. That's what he was concerned about.
The kayfabe.
No.
What?
TV.
Oh, if you could make TV.
I was supposed to be there for TV. Where the fuck is he? How long he gonna fucking be there? He's pissed off because I'm in the hospital. He ain't care about me. I'm in the hospital. He's driving crazy. He got all these things he want to do to me. I'm in the freaking hospital, messed up his plan. So he had somebody pick me up at the hospital and bring me to the building. He said, what that shit you got on your head there? And I go, the doctor put it on. Well, take that fucking thing off. So me being stupid, not knowing about, I take it off. What's wrong with your neck? I said, I can't hold it up. He said, well, I got to shoot this angle because we don't want people to know you was in a car accident. He said, we can make money with that. So I stood in the ring. I put my elbow up on the turnbuckle like that. I hold my neck here. Now, the day Buzz Sawyer was supposed to take a saw and gimmick the board. These supposed to come and hit me with the board and the board would break.
Yeah.
You understand? Then they were going to take me back to the hospital. Now, Buzz Sawyer come out. He was always high.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking, but he was never sober. I've never seen Buzz Sawyer sober.
He died at 33 because of that, I guess.
Yeah, he was always high, you know. So he hit me the board with the thing. I'm seeing stars. The board don't break.
Yeah.
So he do it again. You understand?
Yeah.
Now I'm fucking completely almost out. So I go down to my knees. I roll out of the freaking ring, holding my neck. I met brother, this guy gonna kill me out there. What you doing this for? And they say, Buzz, let me see that 2x4. And they look at it, it ain't been gimmicked. Nothing wrong with it. There's no salt cuts, nothing in it. And they ask Buzz like that. Hey, Buzz, why you didn't do what we tell you? Do what? We're supposed to I'm gonna get a fucking sauce for him. You like that?
Yeah.
You didn't even kill me. So I go back to the hospital. And then here's the worst part. Charlie Smith, the referee, comes in with the newspaper. Say, Odie, forget about it. Odie said, why? He said, it's always in the paper. He said, oh, fuck all that for nothing.
So you took the beating.
He said, all that for nothing. Now he pissed off. Hit me in the head with a fucking 2x4. I got a broken neck, fractured neck. And then here this guy, and he's mad because got to the newspaper. He said, oh, fuck, all this for nothing.
So I guess you weren't too sad when he passed away.
No, I miss Odie.
Yeah.
I like Odie. I really did. Odie did a lot for me. Helped me a lot.
He made you a lot of money,
He
didn't
made
he?
me a lot of money. He made me a lot of money. But Odie put money above everything. That was Odie. See, once you know a person's character, you can't change people. People are people. You can't change them. And so what you do, you accept them the way they are. You have to learn to deal with them. And I learned that in wrestling. I learned that in wrestling, that you deal with people the way they are. You can't change a person.